Hey everyone, Castellan here, back with another video. This time we're returning to the present, and to the city that I don't have room to fully put together. The focus of this video is going to be another MOC of mine, a modular MOC, specifically the Pocket Park. So for those of you not up to date with architectural lingo, a pocket park is a small park that is used to fill in a gap in the urban fabric, basically an empty lot. And to provide that gap in the urban fabric for this video, I have flanked my pocket park with some modular buildings that you're probably fairly familiar with. On one side, we have the temp agency, and on the other, the brick bank. And we're going to get off the Steadicam for just a moment to try and get a close-up view of this. The first thing to get a good view of is the bus stop. What better place to put a bus stop than at a park? This bus stop consists of a bench and a canopy to cover it, and if you can notice, the canopy of the bus stop shares the same colors as the rest of the building. The next thing to zoom into is the actual park itself, which you can see is a mixture of grass of various sorts and some pavers, a couple of random plants, quite a few animals who are congregating around a pond and a waterfall. That waterfall is coming down a burnt piece into a pool with some diagonal corners, and it was a bit of a challenge to get those diagonal corners to work with the surrounding grass and landscape, which is all plates. But yeah, fortunately I found some 45-degree plates to match up to those 45-degree pool edges. Now, back on the Steadicam for a closer look at the first floor. If you look into the building itself, you will see a very small office, a very generic office, just probably a generic consulting firm. If I didn't mention so at the beginning of this video, I should say now that this was my very first modular MOC. And therefore the first time in a long time building anything at this scale. As such, I was really kind of unsure of myself. I wasn't quite ready to go as big as all the other MOCs, and that's why the office is as small and as generic as it is. It's just a bit of storefront, some shelves and a desk, and some back windows, and a pretty small footprint. Like I said, I just wasn't sure of myself and wasn't comfortable with the amount of pieces it would have taken to build the entire thing as a MOC. Just wasn't ready for it yet. Moving on from there, we have a better view of the rest of the park. First, right next to the building, you see some built-in stairs to the upper floor, and next to that, which you can't see very well from this angle, is a little gate. That just swivels, and it's sort of a fenced gate. And underneath that, which you can't see here, but I will insert a little cutaway shot, is the pump, which runs the fountain and waterfall. You can also see the rest of the park, the pavers, the plants, and a second bench back in the park, just to sit there and enjoy the park, rather than sitting on the front bench and enjoying the street. And you can also see a better look at the pool, which has attracted a very, very strange variety of animals. And there's a closer view of the pump, little intake, little control valve, and of course, the gate. Moving up half a level, we can see a balcony that I put around the perimeter of the park, because I thought it would be cool to have some upper-level outdoor space, and because putting something overlooking the park seemed like a really neat idea. You might be able to see that I used an angled piece for the corner, which was really neat until I started trying to put on a rail. And the geometry just didn't work, so I ended up having some pieces that go out beyond the edge of the actual floor of the balcony. I ended up leaving it as that, but I just wish the geometry would have worked out better. Moving up one level to the apartment itself, you will quickly notice that one problem with doing a very small apartment is that it's very hard to get a view inside of it, but I will try and do my best. Uh, the main living area on the main floor of the apartment consists of a fancy swiveling easy chair, a little alcove for your computer. If I move around, a kind of bench seat next to a couple of very big windows, one of which opens up to the park, and a reverse shot we can sort of see by the front door a first attempt at a kitchen with a big counter and a couple of upper cabinets. Moving on to the second floor, we can see that the upper floors are accessed via just a ladder. There's no way that would work in the real world, but in the Lego world, space is at a premium. We've got a bathroom, and then the main bedroom with just some random cabinets. I'm actually kind of pleased with how the bed looks, and I will take the lady off just to give you a better view of that. And there's the bed. It's not a whole lot, but I'm rather proud of it. And here's an exterior view of the front of the apartment, where you will see a very prominent balcony. You will also see below the balcony is a little streetlight. That's there because I did not have any extras of the streetlight piece that comes with a lot of the modulars, so I tried to build one into the apartment itself. And it is actually on the lower floor, so that it is not on the bottom of the floor when you take it off. And now to the top of the building, where you can see a rooftop deck hidden behind just a hint of a traditional sloped roof. You can also see on that rooftop deck that I have placed a grill, which I have shamelessly stolen from one of the official sets, I don't recall which. And the aspect of the roof that I am most proud of is actually the access to the roof. This little guy. If you can show it. It's got basically a brick-built sloped window that opens up to that those couple ladders I showed before. And it's got a hint of a roof on it. And there you have it, a streetscape tour of my modular MOC, the Pocket Park. It went by pretty quick, but I did cover everything in the MOC that was worth going over. If you like what you saw, hit the like button, check out my other videos, and subscribe for future videos. See you then.